Hi guys, today I'm going to be taking you through my working prototype of the level 1 puzzle room with rotating platforms, which I have finally have in a state that's going to kind of be like how it is towards the end. Ignore this box right here. That's related to other stuff. Um, but as I'll show you in a second, we can get on the platform. And so we can switch platforms now, um, and switch platforms again. And there will be different paths that you can take in the platform, and that will depend, and that will change what you reach at the end. I think right now I'm thinking of if you go the wrong ways, and what wrong means is in this room you'll be looking for something, if and the wrong ways will be you not finding what you're looking for. And then if you go the wrong ways, I think I'll just have it be where you just go back to the main level, but if you go the right way, you'll go back to the main level with what you were looking for. And then we'll get on the faster one right here. Because your player isn't really like bolted to the platform, you do have to put in a little bit of work to make sure that you don't fall off the platform, which I like, even though I wouldn't really know how to do it any other way otherwise. So this is how it is. But there's also, if we fall off, you can see that we like go off the screen like that. And I'll work a little bit on the timing of the timers to have that be a little more fluid. But let me show the code for how I did all this. Basically, the code for this is an absolute mess. And I'm sure that there's an easier way to and a like cleaner way and a more fluid way to do all of this. I tried to do this using signals and exported variables, but it didn't work, and so this worked, and so this is what I have. And because it's just a 2D game, there's not like issues with like loading, with like it being like a frame rate issue. So this is how I did it, but I really don't recommend like this code is really embarrassing. Um, it's I really don't want to show it, but I have to because this is how it works. So basically, we have like three arrays of like a bunch of false booleans, a bunch of booleans set to false. Basically, these hold the conditions of the platform. False is the player isn't on them. True is the player is on them. And then we have all of this, which this is just at the beginning of the scene. This is making sure the platforms are rotating. And then here we come to basically like the a bunch of if statements regarding like if the player is on one of the platforms, then what we want to happen, since this is just the first platform, we just want the pivot that the player will be childed under to be set to the same rotation as the main pivot of the platform. But for the subsequent ones, we want the previous platform to modulate its alpha value, so the transparency, and we want that to be linearly interpolated down to 0 by 10% is what this does. And then all of these are just the same if statement applied for the different platforms because I couldn't figure out how to do it in a better way, and I know this is garbage code. And then we have so many connected signal like on area 2D functions here. So many, way too many. And all of them basically do the same thing. All of them, except for the very first one, which doesn't do what the subsequent one does because it doesn't have a previous platform. But basically, it sets the previous platform to false. It removes the child of the player from the previous platform and adds it to the next platform. And then it like resets the player global position to be just what it was. So there's no like the player doesn't glitch out and go to a different location. And then we want to set the current platform to be true. And then this is just a global variable in a singleton that relates to, I can't really remember what it relates to, but it works for something. And I need it for something. And then that's really all the rest of them. I did want you to be able to go back and forth on the platforms. Like you step on a platform and then you step back onto the previous platform. But I was running into an issue where you can't where with overlapping like area 2Ds, there's like my game would just freeze because it would be simultaneously, there was no way for me to figure out how to like it would be trying to add and remove the player to two different things like at the same time, and so the game would just completely glitch and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. But I kind of like the idea of you have to go one way, so, and I can't figure out how to do it another way, so that's how it turned out. And as you can see, there's all of the platforms here, and these just have a small amount of code that connects the area where like that will trigger the falling animation, basically, which is just a interpolation of the player's size down to 0, which is how you get the like it them like zooming out, or like their side, they're like, kind of like going into the background effects. This is just connecting the area 2D of the fall zone to a timer, so it's not like immediate because it's basically impossible to switch platforms if it's immediate. And then, oh, this is what I used the singleton for. And then if the timer times out and you are on a platform, then nothing happens. But if you aren't on a platform, so if player off equals true, and if the current pivot has a child, then you can't move, your inventory box goes away, and you fall into the darkness. But yeah, that's the puzzle room. And once it's finished, I don't want to like spoil like the right path or anything. So this is all I'll show, but this took a lot to figure out, like rotating top-down platforms in Godot. There aren't really any resources on it, and I know this code is shit, but I hope it's like even the slightest bit helpful, because it took me a while even to find like the resources to figure this out. And then there's one more minor thing that I've added, and that's a little animation when you get something in your inventory. So oh, I also don't think that this like is equipped box is here yet. It's in a weird position now because I haven't done the thing for it to be in the right position for full screen, so apologies on that. But basically we can get the test tube, and there's a little animation that plays when you get it. And now you can go in your inventory and you can hover over, and there's text, and then we can select it now. And then once we've selected it, you can see that it's in the equipped box, so you can see what's currently equipped. And we can reflect the number of what item you have, and then you can throw it and it goes down, and then once you're out of the item, it's gone. So yeah, that's been added, and that's a small thing, but yeah, basically that's a lot of the progress we made. We haven't had a huge amount of time to work on it the last little bit, but we'll hopefully make more progress. We're trying to post videos about every week or so. This one was a little later, but yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. See you soon.